I don't know. So why the hell are we doing this?
I don't know. Are you going through a midlife crisis?
Probably, but no, no.
Oh shit, we're live.
Oh, we are. Oh God. Welcome everybody to the first official episode of Game Over, Play It Again podcast, where Anthony and I sit down, have fun, play games, and give you our thoughts and feedback. We hope to grow this community with special guests from time to time, maybe fill in when I don't have time to review a game.
Or are you too old to play one of my games?
I am one of your hosts, Tom Watson.
And I am one of your hosts, Anthony Morse.
I've loved video games for years, and lately I just can't get enough of my favorite podcast. And there's a few podcasts I love, but there's some of them that are just 2-hour lectures on the dawn of your favorite game, and I don't care for that. So I'm looking for a happy medium. I also have so many games that I want to play and share with anyone who'll listen.
Much like Tom, I grew up playing video games. Obviously, we've grown up in different eras, so it's fun to get to experience each other's favorite games, go back, play them, relive our childhood memories. I also enjoy creating and spending time with my brother Tom here, so I think this is going to be a really good creative outlet for us and a good, bonding experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to cover a wide spectrum of games. The retro stuff that I grew up with, the games that we love today. Like I love the NES, Sega, Super NES, the arcade games where you had those big ass cabinets that you had to stand in front of. Maybe even throw together like an Atari compilation down the road. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a TurboGrafx?
Not until we started hanging out, no.
So there's all those. What do you want to play, Anthony?
There's a couple of Xbox games, both original 360 and Xbox One, that I'm looking forward to. All the PlayStations. The PS1 was the first console I had, and there's a tremendous amount of games on there that I would love to beat and share reviews with. I also love the Switch, and I don't know if you know this, but I'm fairly new to PC gaming, and
Nice.
that's such a huge world that I'm looking forward to getting into.
Oh man, I used to play on the computer all the time with my Tandy 1000 SL. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. It's not what you mean, is it?
No, and I don't think anyone cares.
Man, I played Test Drive, the car racing game, all the time on that thing.
God, that sounds horrible.
It was. But that's what we had, and that's why these games are great today.
Well, perhaps we can start talking about games today.
Yes. Anyway, so we're going to start compiling a list. Hopefully, people that are on here, they'll want to contribute to our list. It has to be something that can fairly be easily to be found, without breaking the bank. My son just bought a bunch of games for his GameCube, spent $800. And hell, I remember giving GameCube games away to GameStop before they were, GameStop. But maybe I'm just old.
$800 on a GameCube, that's amazing, especially in 2025. I love it.
Right.
We are going to start out doing a bi-weekly podcast and see where we go from there. The first episode is us trying to get equipment to work and attempt editing software. We are starting out with a game that people may or may not know about, a simple game called the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
And then we'll pick a game for the next one. Spend a week or two, report back from what we played, rinse and repeat. So let's get to it.
This is a soundtrack for a video game called The Stanley Parable.
So the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. It's out on Steam. It's out on Nintendo Switch, the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series everything. So what is the Stanley Parable?
The Stanley Parable is a first-person adventure game. When a simple-minded individual named Stanley discovers that the coworkers in his office have mysteriously vanished, he sets off to find answers.
So you'll play as Stanley, and then, but you don't always play as Stanley? What? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's it's different.
Yeah.
You will make choices, and you will have choices taken from you as well.
And the game will end, but the game never ends.
It's contradiction seems to follow contradiction. The rules of how the game should work are broken, and then they're broken again.
And you're not here to win. The Stanley Parable is a game that plays you. So we got that off of the internet, a description of the game, and it's true, isn't it?
It's very, yes, it is very true.
So at the very beginning, you're asked if you've ever played the game before, and if you say no, it gives you a recap and it tells you what to do, and if you say yes, it just plays. And then it asks you for the time. Why?
Well, it's interesting. It seems like the game collects data about the player, the person playing it. And I found that setting the time as accurately as possible develops this strange relationship between you and the narrator, where he begins to trust you and allow you to have more features.
Did you set the time every time you restarted the game?
I set it every time I restarted the
Okay.
game.
So I said it a couple times, and then I got the trophy, and then I stopped doing it, just because what a pain. And he asked me if I was being accurate or not. Um, so, and I do like the narrator. You know, he's kind of leading you in the right direction, and then of course, you know, when you do exactly the opposite, then he acts like he's upset, but he's not. But he gets kind of weird, gets kind of creepy.
Yeah, he does get kind of weird and creepy.
Did you notice how the office is always changing?
I didn't at first because the changes seemed to be very subtle.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they get very drastic and it becomes very obvious.
Did you ever go in where like there's a gazillion pieces of paper on the floor?
I haven't made it that far into it yet.
Did you have you ever played it and then like you could just hit the start button and just like reset it?
Yes,
Okay.
I did experience that. I also got the pain in the ass 430 door trophy.
I did too. I've gotten it twice because I started this game back up this morning just to kind of refresh myself. And you know, so I did it on my PlayStation 4 account instead. And yeah, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Go knock on every single door, go back and forth. We'll have it on the YouTube channel if you really want to see me get frustrated with it. But it'll be fun. So the first time I played this game is when it came out on PlayStation Plus for the free copy, and my son came in and just started laughing because he knew what I was playing. He's never played it before, but he knows way too much about this game. And I thought, oh, I want to 100% it, but I'm not willing to put in this much time to 100% this stupid game because of all the different endings. So I quit, and then playing it again today, I don't know. I screwed something up on the very first playthrough because I can't get back to the basement.
Oh, really?
No, no, and every time I've went past now that I've done the basement, that door is not open anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll ever get to go back into the basement or not. But like I said, it seems like the office is always changing.
It is an ever evolving environment. You might have to restart it so you can get back to the basement.
I'm not restarting it a third time. So my favorite trophy was the knock on the door one. That was you know, if we were recording this yesterday, that would have been my one. Today I don't know if I have a favorite, and that might have to stay my favorite trophy, but certainly not my favorite ending. How about you?
I would say for right now, it would probably be the click on door 435 times. There's plenty of other trophies I want to try to unlock. I think setting the world champion would be great.
Oh, I think that sounds horrible.
I also like the super go outside. But I mean, there's some strange ones. There's ones in here that are just 8888888.
I got that one.
There's the test trophy, please ignore. I also liked the you can't jump.
Yeah. Gosh, I wonder if I still have them in here. You know, I don't have it on my I don't have my first playthrough up here on my phone at the moment. But yeah, I got the you can't jump. But the 888 one, can't remember how you get that one. But I did get it. I might have to come back and look at that one again. Because I had to look up what they were the first time I played it to try to 100% it. Um, so are you gonna finish this game?
Oh yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
How far are you?
Let's see. So I just reached the point in the game where you get to experiment with some of the new features in the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah.
And I got pretty distracted by the infinite hole. And probably I spent a good half hour
Just on that one.
on the hole. And when I shut the game off, I was still in the hole. So it'll be interesting to see where I'm at when I start it back up again.
Yeah, and you sent me a clip that you were playing with puppies.
Yes.
And that was because of the infinite hole.
That was because of the infinite hole. So there is a section that you can unlock where you can change your character's perspective so you can actually see Stanley's face. You can also change your reality, and one of the realities that you change to is you being in the midst of a video of puppies essentially playing and eating food.
Well, there you go. The other one that you were telling me about the other day was you asked me if I had gotten to the Rocket League, and I hadn't, and so but I did today.
Oh yeah,
And that was crazy. I didn't necessarily care for the burning of the baby.
Yeah,
to get there.
That part was a little interesting.
that was creepy, but yeah. So to get to that so you're basically on the soccer field, and it would have been nice to have a car.
It would have been nice to have a car.
Yeah. But I made a goal.
Okay.
And then I just kept walking, and I followed the ball. And yeah, what a weird one. So that ending was pretty cool. What is your favorite ending so far?
That's tough. I like the ending where you fall into the subterranean level and you lose touch with the narrator. That was the Rocket League one.
Yeah.
I do like the one where, and as morbid as it sounds, where Stanley gets smashed. You have the option to, turn your PlayStation off or suffer the fate. And I have done that as well.
Did you do it with the bucket?
No, I didn't have the bucket that time. I have the bucket this time.
You do. So if you do it with the bucket, it gives you this, it takes you into this separate thing because they don't want to squish the bucket. They're willing to squish Stanley, but not the bucket.
Not or was it the emotional support bucket or something?
No. Oh God, what did they call it? Started with an R.
See if we can find it.
Yeah. Oh my God, what is it called? Anyway, so they just don't want to squish this poor bucket, and then you keep hanging on to it. So fine, I guess we'll squish both of you and sacrifice it.
It's the Stanley Parable reassurance bucket.
Bucket, yeah. And they won't let you put it in the broom closet either.
Really?
Nope. I stayed in there way too long. So for me, the creepiest ending I've seen so far is the one where, he said, "Oh, you need to do it for her," acting like, you have a spouse or a girlfriend or something.
Right.
And then a creepy mannequin comes out.
Yes. Yes, I forgot about that ending, actually. That was really something.
I mean, they could have done almost anything else, but a creepy mannequin, especially, just moving, but, real stiff, it kind of gives you an old 80s horror feel. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it was really something.
Oh, shoot. So any other endings that speak out to you or trips that you went on?
I really liked the Hall of Memories.
Okay, yeah.
I enjoyed that level. That was interesting to see where the developers had started with the game to where it's at today.
Yeah.
I do like the narrator's commentary and how he he starts talking shit about big game corporations,
right?
And how they don't care about their fan base,
right? Oh, this game is just one great big dig.
Yeah.
On all game designs.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Yeah, I thought Crows did a good job playing with that. It definitely makes you think, makes you laugh. My YouTube playthrough, I have 2.5 hours recorded, and I swear it's me laughing and at the whole game, but it's just not that funny. At least when people walk in, they don't think it's that funny. Um, but so you think you're gonna finish this game, huh?
I think I'm gonna finish this game, and I'm definitely gonna play it again.
Are you? Are you? So, I don't know. Do we have anything else to really discuss about this game?
I think for with where we're at right now, we pretty well covered it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great game. I think if you are a person like myself who loves liminal spaces, loves games that shatter the fabric of your reality and make you question your sanity as well as your human existence, and maybe your friends a little bit because they recommended the game to you, this is definitely the game for you.
All right. Well, Metacritic gives an 88 out of 100. That's a pretty positive
Yeah.
score there. And but here at Game Over, Play It Again, we got a different um, score scale, if you will. So I'm thinking like a 0 to 60 would be a game erase. It's garbage. We're never gonna play it again. A 60 to a 74 would be a game over. It's okay. I'm not playing it again. 75 to 84 is a play. It's worth playing. 85 to 99 is a play it again. We love the game and we will play it again. Or 100%. And I don't know that I'm gonna give too many games 100%, but 100% play again and again, which means that I love this game and I need to play it again. I'm not going to give any spoilers on what those games would be, but this one didn't quite hit it. What are you going to give this game?
You know, when I started the game, I was probably at the play, so the 75 to 84.
Okay, okay.
As it's progressed and expanded, I'm going to have to go with play it again.
Okay.
It is a really good game, and I definitely could play it again. I am going to play it again.
Are you? Well, my first playthrough of this, my first 5 hours of this game, good God, I was a game erase. There was no way I was ever touching this game again. And then to hear some of your stories and you finding the Rocket League part, I had to start it over, and so I did play it again. So you know, I want to give it a game over, but I kind of want to give it a play. But I'll be real honest. I am not playing this game again. I just I could be wrong, but I just don't think I am. So I think for the time being for this podcast, I'm gonna give it a game over. Um, but you're at the play it again. So
Yeah.
so that's a B minus.
Yeah, B minus.
Yeah, with the average. Um, yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna go get all the trophies. And if I were to play it again, it would just be to get a laugh. Or if you tell me to go, hey, you got to go check out this part.
Right.
So that I guess we could do that. Um, so this is gonna go live on Wednesday, and we need to come up with another game that we're gonna play on for the March 5th episode. Um, any ideas?
I had a couple.
Yeah.
I gotta get the name pulled up here because I don't want to accidentally give out the title for a separate game. But
All right.
But there is a game out there that is very similar to the Stanley Parable dynamic.
Okay, so two games starting out that are kind of similar.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it kind of falls within that liminal space category.
Right. So what we're thinking for right now is we're going to do these bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks we'll put out a game.
Yeah.
So we'll do one on the 5th of March. We'll do one on the 19th. What are you thinking for the 5th?
So I'm pushing for Superliminal.
Superliminal, huh?
It's a game that claims that you can beat it in 30 minutes, and you actually get a trophy for doing so. And it's another one of those that will shatter your fabric of reality and make you question your friends a little bit.
Oh, okay. So I have 2 weeks to play that and record that.
Yes.
That's what you're telling me.
If you're game, I'm game.
All right. Well, we can do that. That gets us another one of these podcasts under our belt. What are you thinking for the third one, though?
That's
We got to
tough.
we should go big,
Yeah,
bigger.
bigger.
So, do we want to go for, something on the Nintendo, the Marios? Do we want to go to the PlayStation for the Astrobot? It's a pretty good game.
Astrobot is a great game.
Yeah.
Astrobot's a great game.
Or do we want to do something that everybody's played, a beat 'em up? I love me some Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge is excellent as well.
Yeah. So maybe we do one of those. Should we set up a Discord channel for people to write in and say, "Hey, play this game," and if we can play that game, that's an option.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a Discord channel would be great. I mean, feedback, comments is always appreciated.
Sure. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll actually we'll make a Discord channel, and we'll see what we can do to get some of these in there. But maybe we get a couple games lined up, and then then open it up. Since this is our first podcast, nobody knows who we are.
Right.
Right. So
This is just the beginning.
just the beginning. So all right. Well, yeah, we'll put a link or in our description for a Discord channel, and we'll get ready to play. What'd you call it? Superliminal.
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 All right. Then that's what we'll do. All right, guys. Thank you.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
I won.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Oh, I can walk now. Okay. It's so pretty.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Really? Really happy? I beat the game. That's all? Got the trophy, beat the game, we're done. Yeah, shit. We're back in our office. I hate Monday's cup. Nice.